It is barely 24 hours since Sasikala Natarajan was elected the AIADMK Legislative Party leader to become the next Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. But her anointment was greeted by protests from every corner, from opposition leaders to filmmakers and even the common public. People of various hues took to Twitter to vent their feelings on Chinnamma becoming the next Chief Minister of the state. Here are some of the tweets. Historian and columnist Ramchandra Guha tweeted, "The descent from Mahatma Gandhi to Rahul Gandhi has now been equalled and perhaps even surpassed by the descent from Periyar to Sasikala." Film producer Vikram Krishna tweeted, "Chennai survived the tsunami, floods, the recent cyclone and Amma's death. Sasikala is not what Tamil Nadu voted for." Filmmaker Anand Kumar said, "Sasikala's elevation as Chief Minister is like someone who's never been to school becoming a college principal." Even within the AIADMK, major dissent has cropped up, with AIADMK MP from Puducherry P. Kannan quitting the party, calling the move to make Sasikala the Chief Minister undemocratic. He is reported to have said, "The recent development is not good for either the party, the people of Tamil Nadu or the people of the country. Political development is going from bad to worse." Apart from dissent all around, Sasikala will also face the heat from the judiciary, as the Supreme Court is likely to deliver the judgment in the Jayalalitha disproportionate assets case next week. The top court is hearing the Karnataka government's plea challenging the High Court acquittal of 61-year-old Sasikala and 3 others in the Rs 63 crore disproportionate assets case. With all these challenges around her, it remains to be seen how the Chief Minister-elect will respond. Bureau Report, WION.
To break down various facets to do with this big story coming in from Tamil Nadu, our WION senior correspondent Ramesh Ramachandran reporting from Chennai. He's been tracking the very latest minute-by-minute developments coming out of there. Also joining us is Smita Gupta, political editor at The Hindu. Also, we will be getting in a perspective from the frontline associate editor in just a short bit. But coming to you first, Ramesh, the kind of response, the overwhelming response to the new Chief Minister to be, give us a sense of what's the mood like around you.
Molly, the first things first, I'm coming to you from the venue of tomorrow's swearing-in ceremony of Sasikala Natarajan, which is the Madras University's hall behind me. There's a sense of anticipation here this evening. There's a lot of police personnel, a lot of stuff being moved into the venue to sort of spruce it up, as it were, to clean it up. So generally the mood here in Chennai this evening is one of anticipation. But that said, clearly battle lines are drawn both within the ADMK party and also outside of it. Now, if you talk to people on the street, some would describe Sasikala Natarajan and her family as the Mannargudi dynasty or the Mannargudi mafia. She hails from Mannargudi, which is slightly away from Chennai, and she also belongs to, by the way, one of the 3 prominent castes in Tamil Nadu. So she wields considerable influence within the ADMK party as of now, and she's consolidated her position both inside the party and now the government. She began by rehabilitating some of those leaders who were sidelined by Jayalalitha. She reconfigured the Chief Minister's office a few days ago, in fact, by sacking 3 officials, and then she called the legislative party meeting. So things are going according to script, as it were. It's been choreographed with the last detail, as it were, and we are told that the swearing-in ceremony can be expected to take place early tomorrow morning. But that said, some within the party are telling us that we should wait for to consult the astrologers, as it were, and to consider a more appropriate time. Some say it should happen in the evening. So all said and done, the mood here in Chennai on the eve of the swearing-in ceremony of Sasikala Natarajan is one of anticipation. Molly?
Right, Smita, if I can get in a word from you now, after being elected as the General Secretary of the party, the speed at which Sasikala made it to the Chief Minister's chair, does that surprise you?
I really don't think it surprises me, because Mr. Panneer Selvan was a kind of stand-in for Jayalalitha every time she couldn't hold the job. The real power, the much greater power lay in the hands of Sasikala, who was Ms. Jayalalitha's confidant for many, many years. And I think Ms. Sasikala played her cards extremely well because in her last days, she controlled Jayalalitha completely. As everybody knows, during Ms. Jayalalitha's illness, the person who was near her, the person who was controlling everything was Sasikala. After her death, it was Sasikala and her family members who presided over the funeral rites. It was Sasikala who was greeting all those who had come to mourn her passing away. And shortly after that, we saw she, with the support of people in the party, became General Secretary. And so this was just a step away.
Right, Smita, given her inexperience...
to becoming
yes,
Chief
go ahead,
Minister.
go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, she has never held either a party position or a position in government. But in the Anna DMK, this just emphasizes that one of the things that characterized the party was a culture of sycophancy, and so it is kind of natural that Chennamma should step into the shoes of Amma rather than Mr. Paneer Selvam, who was just a kind of stand-in, a pawn.
Right, Smita, given her inexperience in public life at any level, what's your take on her as the leader of the party? According to you, will she be able to keep the party together?
Well, we have seen in the last, I think, 24 hours that there have been a lot of criticism on Facebook and Twitter from sections within the party. But clearly, the fact that she's been elected by the legislators, she has the support of a majority within the party. But her real test will come in 2019, when she will have to face the Lok Sabha elections. And perhaps there are some local elections before that. Because the last election, assembly election, it was Jayalalitha broke all records by winning 2 elections in a row, and those elections were definitely won in the name of Jayalalitha herself. So there are 2 issues. One is controlling the legislators and having their support, and the second is actually winning elections. We have yet to see how Sasikala will perform in that area.
Absolutely, ma'am. Taking a cue from what you're mentioning, she will have to face elections in the next 6 months as far as the position of an MLA is concerned.
Yeah, well, I don't think she should have a problem in winning winning a seat and becoming an MLA. There will be the sympathy factor and so on. But that is not going to be her real test. Her real test will be actual elections when her entire party is involved.
Right, Smita, if I can also ask you to elaborate on the kind of challenges that, according to you, Sasikala Natarajan will have to face, given the kind of dissent, and that's a very mild term that I'm using here, that's been emerging for her, not just within the party fold, but all across as well.
Well, she has several challenges. I mean, one, as we have seen, the dissent not necessarily within the party, but from outside, because clearly, as of today, as we speak, she simply does not have the charisma or the kind of unchallenged powers that Jayalalitha had, nor have we seen any signs of those kind of leadership skills. She has always operated behind the scenes. But given the situation in Tamil Nadu, where even the DMK is going through a political transition from Karunanidhi to Stalin, things are very uncertain in Tamil Nadu right now. So if she is not able to consolidate the position that she will be assuming soon, then it might either strengthen the DMK, make things easier for Stalin, or it might even open up a pathway for the BJP or the Congress party, because these parties are also waiting in the wings to carve out their own positions, own little areas in Tamil Nadu.
Right, stay with us, ma'am. Also getting in an update now from our correspondent Ramesh Ramachandran. Ramesh, you've been interacting with a whole lot of supporters, both pro and anti Sasikala Natarajan, also supporters of Deepa Jayakumar. But speaking to people on ground, the sense of adulation for a person who no one knows yet, does that surprise you?
Indeed, Molly, she remains an enigma for a lot of people here in Chennai and around across the state. The only factor which goes entirely in her favor is her 33-year-long association with J. Jayalalitha. She was literally the backroom girl, as it were, for the late Chief Minister. Now, let's put things into context here for the viewers who might just be tuning in. She hails from a prominent caste, and caste arithmetic or configuration is a big issue here in Tamil Nadu. So to that extent, she needs to prove herself all over again now that she is taking over the reins of the government as well, in addition to being the General Secretary of the party. So the challenge before her is to come good on her administrative experience, as it were, going forward, and also to keep the flock together in the party and keep dissidents at bay. Molly?
And try and match up to the charisma that was enjoyed by J. Jayalalitha. That's a greater challenge that, of course, is staring Sasikala Natarajan there.